Hello, friends, and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another episode of our live session where we connect together to listen to you, hear your queries, listen to your queries and questions, and respond to them at most possible to help you understand what is QA all about, what is testing, and there could be anything related to testing, the world of certifications. You talk about the testing concepts, you talk about any queries related to the career path, building up your profile as an automation tester. There are so many things which we can talk about. And this is yet another live sessions from our channel, TM Square. We are the only one doing this live session to answer your queries without any conditions. So feel free and go ahead and raise your concerns and queries whatsoever you may have regarding the testing or related concepts. And we are all here to talk about your queries and respond to them as much as possible, right? So we are looking forward to have great questions coming today in as well, and we would see how much we can respond to them. And we would like you to make this opportunity, your kind of as asset, because not every single person does this job of coming online and responding to your queries. So we connect every Saturday between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So we want you to make sure that if you have got queries, if you have any concerns, you make sure that you set a reminder of this session and we can connect together and look forward to respond to all of you, right? So here we are again in our live session and we are looking forward to your queries. So feel free, go ahead, keep dropping your queries and we'll look forward to talk about them and respond to about the same in the most better way. All right. So the very first comment coming in from Theeraj says, "Hi sir, good evening. Very good evening, Theeraj, and thanks for this live session. It's always my pleasure to cater the people in QA. The motive of having this channel, where you see my tutorials being very detailed. We are not trying to compromise on the quality of the content, considering that, hey, if I'm giving it for free to all of you, then I should not give everything what you really need to pass the examination. But in my tutorials, you will never feel that because I'm doing it as a volunteer activity and I want to do the betterment of the QA community altogether. So that's where I give my level the best when I create a tutorial. And this is where another part of it is the live session. So we just want to help every single QA in this world that can have all the answers at any point of time when they're presenting themselves to their organization, to their colleagues, to their leadership, and make themselves self motivated to be a QA, right? Because we pretty much understand that not a lot of people are happy about being a QA, and we want to let them know their significance and their contribution as a part of the life cycle, right? So yes, it's all my pleasure to conduct these live sessions and connect with all of you. Also to mingle around with our fan followers, the people who are following this channel, and interact with them. Right. So there are multiple motives of having this live session, Dheeraj, and we welcome you aboard. Chetan Sharma says, "Hi, sir. Good evening. Very good evening, Chetan. Welcome aboard. We are looking forward to more and more people to join us today. It's just a weekend, we understand, but I too get some time over the weekend to sacrifice a little bit of my personal time and speak to all of you and contribute to your learnings, understanding of the QA. So feel free, if you got a question, do not hesitate. You are free to drop that on the chat box. I'll pick it up from there and start talking about it, right? So let's look on to this. So we got the next one from Charles. Charles says, "Good afternoon, sir. Very good afternoon, Charles. Please, if I join silver or gold, what is the difference? And how do you or when do you support me?" Okay. So silver and gold do not have much differences. Okay. They just have like silver gets some prior responses to their queries offline other than this live session, and gold members have a session dedicated on Friday for an hour to discuss anything, not just their questions. If they want to ask me anything in particular, that if you can explain this topic in more detail or something specific, right, you get that benefit which others do not get. But this live session, to participate as a part of this live session, you don't have to be really a member or something, because membership is just optional, and I'm not doing anything, kind of difference for my other members here, right? The other subscribers of the channel. It's just that if you are participating in the membership program, you just get something extra, which is you get an additional, an hour of mine to talk about on a personal window. And you would certainly be looking forward to have that every Friday. And you can look forward to join that session, and I would be happy to give you all the assistance what you need at the personal level, right? So yes, you get some better benefits at the gold level compared to silver. Vetri Selvan says, good evening, very good evening, Vetri. um, Jagadeshwaran says, hi sir, tomorrow I have a ISTQB foundation level exam, please give me tips to crack the exam. I think the very first trick or the tip is that I hope you have been through the tutorials, you have been through the preparation, and you should have that confidence on the content, which is the first and foremost thing. The better you have the confidence on the content, Jakadeshwaran, that will give you all the confidence what you need to pass the examination too. So the most important thing is try out to figure out. You just have little less time remaining because you'll be writing an examination tomorrow. I would say just take some time out, an hour or so, and just try to just recall that what is that you remember about the syllabus, right? And I don't want you to touch any books, none of my tutorials, anything else, no sample questions at this point of time. I want you to take up a sheet of paper and a pen and start writing down what all things do you remember about every topic. So, for example, you just mentioned chapter one. So, what all things you learned in the chapter one, what all things you remember in chapter one, just keep on writing that. Okay, say for example, I started with learning basic terminologies. I understood seven testing principles. Just recall yourself that do you know what are the seven principles, how they're different from each other, right? And similarly, continue with the test process. And wherever you think, hey, am I missing anything here? Or this phase, I'm not sure what exactly makes test design difference from test implementation. That's where you go back to that particular tutorial and quickly recap. Okay, or if you're referring a book, you just go to that particular segment and just read that. Not everything. Wherever you think you're not sure about, you're getting stuck, that's where you go back to the reference. Okay, so I think this is the only thing what you have to do at this point of time, and just do it for all the chapters, and just make sure that you know what you have read. Okay, there's nothing which is lacking to be recalled in the examination. That will improve your skill of recalling the content during the examination, right? So all the very best, Jagdishwaran, and do let me know if I can help you with anything else. All right, all the very best for your examination. Tiraj says, sir, how to get gold or silver membership? This is once first time I heard such a thing. Okay. So you see right below this video a join button, and that join button gives you these membership options of the channel, and you can certainly avail your benefits using that. And it's very, very minimal. I think hardly $200 is what I've kept it the minimum on the slab for the YouTube, and because they could not offer me anything below that. And I hope all of you understand that this membership on our channel is for a cause where we use your membership amount every month and sponsor somebody's school fees, right? Underprivileged kids' school fees, so that we are from education team, we are from teaching background, so we can encourage people to go to studies, right? So we just look out the locality, and we find someone who is underprivileged and cannot afford the fees and all. We just collect that amount and probably sponsor a quarter fees, or maybe half yearly fees, or sometime even annual fees, right? So I too contribute the equal amount from my side, and take those membership fees and put it together to someone and just sponsor the kid. So that's how it works, right? So I'm not doing it for any extra money or something. I've got enough what I wanted, probably maybe more than what I was expecting. So I'm happy enough to do all these things for just an additional service, right, for the people out there. So yes, Dheeraj, you can just see a join button. If you click on that, you would pretty much see what are the benefits you're going to get, what are the perks, and there are already many members on this channel. So yeah, you'll be one among them. Selvan says, can you please explain what exactly BDD means for QA? Okay, BDD for QA is behavior-driven development, which pretty much says that all your development is behavior-driven, right? The requirement-driven. And you do want to compare, because of course telling it standalone will not make a difference. You do understand there's TDD, there's BDD. TDD is test driven development, which means that all the development is driven by the test. Okay, so I, being a tester, will first create a test, and then development team will start writing the code, and the code will be executed multiple times. Okay, that is through this test. So the test will be executed to test this code every time the developer says that yes, we are done. And if the code, the test fails, that means development is not complete, right? So here we don't go by the requirements. The testing team go by the requirement. Development is driven by the test which we create. Whereas BDD is the traditional way, where we have a requirement and we are driven by the requirement. And that's the generic process from the traditional days, including waterfall and V-model. So development is driven by the behavior, not by the test. So we don't write test in the beginning of the life cycle. Rather, the development team goes through the requirements and start coding, and then we test it. But the testing will not be the way we do it in our general life cycles. Here, the testing will be more very kind of to the point, following the Jenkins protocol, right? Or Gherkin language, which is given, when, then. So we write exactly the same test. Given these are the conditions, when a user puts these values and clicks on this button, then the home page must be displayed, right? So we follow this protocol of BDD, where BDD test cases are written in this format. And we also have tools supporting that called as Cucumber. So Cucumber will be the tool which supports the BDD framework. I hope that gives you pretty much your answer. If you think you still need any other information, feel free to drop that on the chat, Selvin. Okay, so let me pick up the next one, because I know it's just 10 minutes past our live session and we're going to get a lot of things. Okay, we have a lot of things to answer every time we connect on live. And don't forget to drop a thumbs up, team, if you are happy with the service, you're happy with me, my content, because we want YouTube to know that this is the only live session where we are giving all the answers without any cost or without any condition. We don't even ask you to be a subscriber to ask your question, right? And we want you to spread the word by just dropping a thumbs up on just on my live videos, okay? Not on any other video. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's look into the next one. We got Anil Kumar says, "Hi sir, can you please explain registration process and exam pattern step by step?" Oh yes, Anil, you already have got one of the videos on my channel where I'm talking about the process of registration. Just give me a moment. I should take just maybe a quick moment to respond to you on that video link. Okay, so just give me a moment. I'll respond to you there. Okay, here we go. So I got the link, pasting on the chat. So all right, I just dropped you the chat with a response there. So Anil, you can watch this video. You'll get everything what you need. Okay, let me pick up the next one. Girish. Girish says, "Hi Neeraj, thanks for your videos. Your videos are quite helpful. I started my quest for ISTQB certification in January. As of now, I've completed CDFL, automotive tester, and advanced level certification. I'm really, really, really happy to hear that someone coming here to tell me the entire tree that where they started on this channel and how they have accomplished things. So one more time, Girish, congratulations on all your success, because of course it's really great to see a consistent member and subscriber of the channel. And thank you for maintaining that presence to the channel always, even after getting certified with so many things, because there are so many things to learn about, right? And thanks for participating here and sharing your experience with us. It's really always good to know a feedback from our participants who shared how exactly the tutorial is helping them. Is there anything we can do to make it more better, right? So we look forward to such suggestions too as a part of this live session. So thank you so much, Girish, for participating in here and sharing your experience. And It's just been, I think, 3 months. You got three different certifications done. So it's really a very quick one. And I really appreciate your effort, because not the 100% credit comes back to me, because your self preparation equally matters. And I want to give that 50% credit back to you for making this happen. Right? So, congratulations once again. And I wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors. Selvan says, can I say it's kind of exploratory testing? No, no, no. It's a formal testing, Selvan. When you say about the BDD, it's a formal process. You write the test cases, but the framework is different. It's not the general way of writing test cases in the test case template. Here you write in the given, when, then. But you write test cases and you run them, you document them, and it's not documentless. So exploratory is unique about having documentless execution. You may not even write any test cases, you're just interacting with the system and testing the system functionality. Or you can probably write a single line test that I'm testing login page, or I'm just testing a user can log in, right? So one line requirement, very high level test can be written and can be executed. But generally, exploratories are scriptless. Scriptless means testless. You don't write the test for exploratory testing. So yes, sorry, we cannot relate that to that of like exploratory. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, we got Yasas. Yasas says, I'm a new to your channel. I'm a chemical engineer from Sri Lanka. All right, welcome aboard. I want to become software engineer, and I've started from front by doing HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Is it okay, sir? Yeah, sure. I think that's something what we are doing in our these days kind of software developers, or even if you talk about the software testing industry, we teach them all these things, right? So we now do not call the QA members as software testers. We rather call them as SDET, which stands for software development engineer in test. Okay, software development engineer in test. That is, you are a development engineer, but in testing. But you equally know like a developer. It's just that your responsibilities are to verify that. So yes, getting started with the right thing right now. Yes, sir. And this next thing would be some of the programming languages which you can concentrate on, like Python or Java, which will certainly help you today in the world of today's technology, because Python is something which is being driven by the AI and ML and sort of thing, right? Or you talk about the cloud platforms which are trending these days. So that language will help you. And on the other side, you would also be preparing yourself to get ready for all the programming understanding. I also suggest you to get into some of the database understanding, right? So one is this front end, then you have the programming language, and then you have a little bit of introduction to the database. What is SQL, what is Oracle, or pick up anything. Maybe MongoDB, NoSQL concepts, which are again trending items. So you can look forward to that, right? So do you have anything else? Just let me know. You can drop a comment there. Dinesh says, sir, may kindly explain contractual and regulatory acceptance testing with some examples. Okay, sure. So contractual and regulatory, right? These are the keywords which are self-explanatory. Pretty much tells you that it's not something which happens as an event. For example, let's talk about the contractual. When a requirement is given by the business to your development company, they have a contract that, hey, the performance measurement for 5,000 user must be 3 seconds or less, right? Or they say that the environment which we should be working on is Windows 10 and above, just for a namesake, right? So they mention these requirements, like some of the specific requirements, as a part of the contract, that you may meet the functionality of the product, okay, but you may not meet the acceptance of the platform or acceptance of certain parameters which we wanted you to do as well, right? Like cross communication between the applications, integrations of APIs, and many other things which are also part of the contract. So the contract is beyond your functional acceptance. That functional acceptance is all about the product, whether the product is complete or not. But did we ask you to do anything beyond the product? That's a part of your contract. So the customer will review the contractual acceptance in order to measure that whether all the agreements in the contract has been met or not. So there's no physical execution as such. It's more of like a review event where you review the contractual items to check if the company has delivered that or not. The second thing, what you're asking me is regulatory acceptance, and that goes with the regulatory items. So, what is regulatory, first of all, right? So, there are a lot of things when you talk about the compliance and regulatory, correct? What is regulatory? It simply means that it is regulating something. So, there could be some standards driving certain things. For example, when you talk about uh, the automotives, right? So there are some regulatory standards that you cannot increase the limit of this to any certain extent. For example, if you talk about the lights of headlamps of a car, they have an intensity defined that, hey, any car which is published in any particular country, as per the regulatory act so and so, your intensity of the light must be covering only up to 50% on the low beam or 50 meters on the low beam, and high beam should cover up to 200 meters, right? Visibility must be 200 meters, but not 500 meters. I cannot put anything bigger than that, which just makes it a day, does not make it feel like a day, right? So you cannot just increase the size of the light, or you just can't make it the way you want it. So regulatory acts control such things. That can I allow you to do this? For example, again, you would have seen syringes, right, where you take the vaccination. So syringes always have certain regulatories. I just can't create it the way I want. I always have a standard to be followed. Otherwise, my injections, if I'm manufacturing, will not go to the market at all. So mostly the medical industry, the automotive industry, airborne industries like aviation, they all have some regulatory acts. One of the best example of regulatory is when the air hostess asks you, please turn off your mobile phones or put it on the flight mode while on the plane, right? That the regulatory acts demands you to do that, because regulatory has said there your magnitudes, your signals can interfere with the signals of the aircraft, right? So they just tell you that. So that's the regulatory. Somebody is regulating it, and you just take care of that. I hope that makes sense, and should you have anything else, feel free to let me know. Guru Teja says, okay, first of all, Guru Teja is one of our members. Thank you so much for that. And hi, sir, I'm going to prepare for ISTQB Foundation level to write the exam. Is it enough your videos, or do you want me to go through anything else? Okay, I just have a wonderful answer for such questions every time I see on my live session. That is, based on our thousands of viewers, the tutorials are enough to prepare for the certification. Okay, people have done it, and they have come back and told us with their systematic approach how they prepared, okay, for the examination, and they found it very, very useful. The tutorial covered everything what they really wanted to understand, and they succeeded in the exam at the same time, right? But I always recommend all my participants to parallelly go through the syllabus, the official copy of syllabus from ISTQB, which would make you align towards the content, or at least do a self preparation, which will make you more confident. Because not everything what you have in the syllabus is on the slide deck. I talk about it, but it is a possibility that you may skip some of the information, right? But on the slide deck, you have limited information, but I talk about it in very detail in my tutorial. So you pretty much cover everything from the syllabus. It's just that if you skip anything and you are going through the syllabus, you know what did you skip, right? Because if you go back to tutorial, you'll find that. But it happens sometime, right? So I strongly recommend people to go through the syllabus in parallel, and do not just be confined to the videos, but based on our feedback from a lot of like thousands of participants on this channel, they said the tutorials were very to the point and comprehensive to cover all the content, so you really didn't have to go anywhere else. Okay, they did not need anything else to prepare for the success on the examination, right? So all the very best, Guru Teja, and happy learning. Do let me know if you need any of my further assistance. Okay, so the next one is coming in from Preet. Preet says, "Hello, can you kindly recommend the most effective online class for certified tester?" You know, I think you are at the right place. If you meant an instructor-led training, please let me know, because I think you just wanted the resource for learning is what I feel, and you are at the world's best place right now. Just for your kind information, it is Google, which says that more than 100 countries, we are the best. The channel is the first recommendation for anyone across the globe if they want to learn ISTQB certification tutorials. So yeah, if you're looking forward to have some instructor-led training, I'm not sure if I can recommend you anything because I don't promote anyone. You may have to check out the reviews from some of the organizations and probably references. But trust me, the tutorials are more than enough for you to prepare well. But yes, if you are insisting on having an instructor led session, you may have to slightly explore and figure out which company has a great review and people have succeeded there, right? Or maybe from a personal connect, you can check who would have taken a training in the past and they can assist you, because I've not taken a training for my certifications anywhere. So, and they don't invite me because, of course, they have their trainers. So they never ask me to come down there. So I cannot interact with them, right? So I don't have any recommendation that where you can take your training altogether if you want one. Yes, Preet, you can let me know more if you think you still have questions. And yes, team, we are looking forward to more and more questions to keep coming. We are just kind of out past our time on the live session. We have another 34 minutes to go from our live session, and we look forward to answer many more questions in today's session as well. Do not forget to drop a thumbs up only if you are happy with the service, only if you are happy with the responses which I'm trying to give you here, and you appreciate the work. Just drop a thumbs up. All right. So the next one coming in from Senderan. Senderan says, "Hi sir, how would ISTQB certification help me in testing career?" Okay, that's more of like I have a funny answer. Okay, don't mind please. When you say you did your graduation, okay, going through 4 years of education is a different thing, where you gain experience, you gain understanding of the context, you learn things, and you know what to do when you talk about a particular domain, be it electronics, computers, mechanical, chemical, right? Why do you need a degree? Why do you need that, A4 certificate to tell people that you are a graduate? That's the same thing here. A resume is created by you. An experience is only known to you. Nobody will interview you if you say that I have been through the 4 years, but I don't have my convocation in my hand. They will not start the interview process. That's the same thing here. They may entertain you when it comes to the job profile. That, yeah, okay, if you're saying that you have got 8 years of experience and you don't have any certifications, the first question is why you did not go for recognizing yourself, right? There's If you have some certifications to justify your work, or let me know that an international body has proven that you know what we need, it's always good, right? It's not probably going to harm you, but it's always going to recognize you. And that visibility of the profile is always good. When they filter, a lot of organizations today have a criteria above the job description that you must be ISTQB certified. And that's where you may not apply, or even if you just forcefully apply, you may not be shortlisted, right? And you may not take the examination right there in one day to fulfill the criteria. You need preparation, you need examination, and you need the result, right? So today, people are recognizing QA based on their certifications, And that's going to add a lot of value because this is an international software testing qualification board, which makes you prepared for anything, any job across the world, and your profession is recognized by your body. Otherwise, you are just a QA with no accreditation. Nobody knows what are you doing being a QA, right? Just other way around. I'm just like trying to be upfront on certain things. I'm just trying to be polite here, saying you that there's no recognition. Okay. For example, if I was doing testing for 5 years without a certification, nobody would trust me that do I really know the concepts or no, right? But if I just tell them in my resume that I'm ISTQB test manager certified, they say, okay, do Matnik, along with your resume, send me your certificate as well. They pretty much understand that nobody just easily can get the certification. That is test manager. It takes complicated effort to get certified, right? So if you say that you're certified, you have a certificate, people respect you. People call you for discussion and do not ask you stupid questions like what is testing, what is a metric. They rather ask you more sensible questions. They say, okay, I respect this certification which you have. You have the knowledge. Let me tell you what we need from you. Okay, so we start talking about the work rather than asking you silly questions about testing. If you have experienced anywhere in past that people tried to drill you down on the simple concepts of testing, do not feel awkward. It's just because you didn't have a certification. Okay, and this goes to all of you, not specifically to Sendoran. It's for everyone that yes, the certification signifies what are you doing in your day-to-day life, right? And recognizes you. And there are organizations which have criteria to hire a QA with certification alone, right? So you are just getting prepared for it. Yes, Chandran, if you got anything else, just let me know. Okay, we got Pawan. Pawan says, hi, sir. Hi, Pawan. Can I download ISTQB certificate soft copy? You can always, it will be always sent to your email, or if you're logging into the registered account, you can always download it from there. If not, write to the body from where you've taken the examination and they will send it to you. If you're talking about ITB, they do not send soft copy because they send a hard copy to your home address. So you don't have to ask them. You can always scan those certificates. But outside India, they only send the soft copy. They don't send the hard copy like printed, laminated certificates, which you see behind my screen, right? Here. All these are ISTQB certifications, which are sent by the board. I did not do it. Okay, so they send hard copy of it. All you have to do is just wait for that certificate to come in and you can scan that. Yes, it says in .NET, when creating database using code, first method, I've created two models, product and customer. It was able to update product model on SSMS using .NET console and couldn't customer model wiser. Okay, I'm not proficient on .NET, sorry, SS. I'm a hardcore testing guy. Okay, so I'm so sorry. I think this is my first question in last 2 years of our live sessions that I could not answer. The reason is I don't want to because I don't know .NET. I don't deal with the programming part, and that too .NET is not something which was my area of expertise in past. I would have interacted with .NET for some basic understanding, would have done a little bit of work, but I'm a hardcore testing guy. So I'm so sorry, I may not be able to answer that question. If you have anything related to testing, do let me know. Preet says, sounds good, sir. What's a good number to contact you at? What's a good number to contact me? I just don't publish my contact numbers on portals like this. You can always reach me on LinkedIn and I can share it with you. Okay? So reach me out on the LinkedIn. My LinkedIn URL is in the description of this video as well. And just connect with me. We can, if you're looking forward to talk to me, we can always do that. I talk to a lot of my subscribers on this channel and heal them in terms of like responses or assisting them with certain learning concepts. So you're always welcome. But yeah, I don't just publish my number on a public portal here. So if you're interested, reach out to me. I'll share my number with you. Pawan says, "Hi sir, today I've passed ISTQB Foundation level exam. Where I can get my certificate. Can I download it as soft copy?" Okay, I just answered that question. Congratulations, first of all, Pawan. You should have told us before. We were not sure that you just got certified recently. So, congratulations on the success. It's really great to know that you got your very first achievement on the career, being recognized by ISTQB. And really, we feel happy about you. And the second thing is, if you have taken the examination from ITB, Indian Testing Board, it's going to take 8 weeks of time to get the certificate. Meanwhile, you can make a note of or save your scorecard, which they shared with you as a reference to showcase to anyone if they want to know about your justification of the certification. Okay, for the 8 weeks, you need this scorecard to be with you. Okay, and you can put the logo on your resume now, saying that you are ISTQB Foundation level certified. And if anyone says, "Can you produce the certificate?" you give them the certificate, the scorecard, which has the date of certification, which clearly says that everyone in India knows that the ITB releases the certificate after 8 weeks of time. Okay, it's just that I'm not sure exactly the funda, but I think the point is they just accumulate all the certificates together and then print it at a time and then ship it, right? So they just don't want to do daily work of shipping certifications, right? So yeah, it will take 8 weeks of time to see your certificate for the first time. Yes, team. Any more questions? We are looking forward to more and more questions again today to respond to them and help you understand the concepts of testing in a much, much more convenient way by interacting with me. And this live session is all about responding to your queries. We don't have any other agenda to talk about. We just join here every Saturday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time to listen to your queries and respond to them. Because there's no other channel, no other portal, no other platform doing this job anyhow to assist the QAs. Okay, Sendoran says, would like to know if using tools like Test Project, Catalan, etc. are effective than Selenium or APM for the automation testing. No. Effective in the sense there are multiple factors to say effective. Are you saying time effective, cost effective, right? Cost effective is the major constraint for any organization. If you tell me cost effective, then Selenium is better than Catalan because Catalan is a commercial tool. Selenium is an open source tool. Appium and Selenium are kind of brothers, where Selenium just caters web-based application, Appium caters mobile-based application. Okay, but yeah, Selenium being extended to that level to work on the mobile platform. So Appium is for mobile apps. That's how the name is, Appium. Okay, apps. So they are open source. Okay, you don't need anything for that. But Catalan, being commercial, gives you more benefits in terms of having an UI where you can fill up your steps, and you can have keyword view of your script. Even a beginner can start writing a script on Catalan, having given that UI to prepare the scripts. You don't really have to know the language in order to write the script. You can start with some basic interaction and the script will be auto populated. So these are some of the benefits of having commercial tool like Catalan, UFT. They all give you record and playback option. You don't even really have to write the script. You just have to interact with the product and the script will be recorded automatically. Same way for Catalan, UFT. So, but obviously, as they give you these great features, great characteristics, they are not freeware. They are commercial tools. They require a license. You have to purchase the tool and renew your license every time your license expires and continue working on that. So, if I have to summarize my answer, yes, using the tool depends on certain factors, and that factors has to be decided on all the aspects. Like, what is your team strengths? Does your team already know some tools? Will it be easy for them to give that tool and start working immediately? Or maybe your tool doesn't know anything about automation testing, so you have to wait for 3 months for them to get familiar, organize some training, mentorship, and then they will become familiar with it, right? So a lot of things which you can probably look into in our foundation level syllabus, where we have discussed about all these things, that what's the process of selecting a tool, what factors to consider before selecting a tool, and how do you roll out a new tool to the organization. So we have covered all this sort of thing in our certifications as well. I hope that makes sense to you, Sendran. And if you still have any more questions, feel free to drop them. All right, we got 20 minutes more from this live session team, but not to worry. If you do not have any questions today or during this live session, you can always drop me a message offline, because we keep looking forward to respond to you either through the live session or after the live session as well. So just feel free to, drop me your messages offline, drop a comment, or I'm not sure how many of, our subscriber actually go to the description, because I have my Facebook ID, I have my LinkedIn ID, I have all my ways to reach out to me, and you can always connect with me by any of the mediums. And I will be more than happy to respond to you on other platforms as well. So I'm just giving you all the convenience which you can, look forward to in order to ask me a question. And a lot of people don't know about this. It's just because they don't go to the description. But if you go to the description of right this live session, you would find that yes, I'm not just bluffing. I have all that links listed there, so that people should not say tomorrow that, hey, you know what, this guy just keeps promising things, but we cannot reach him at all, right? You always can reach me through different portals, and I'm available there to respond to you, right? So you get what you want. It's just that you need to reach me. Okay, so very open platform to help you everyone here and give you all that what you need really to understand. Yes, I'm looking forward to more and more questions. If you have one, do not hesitate. Drop it on the chat. We are looking forward to respond to your queries here through this live session, and we'll be happy to assist you as much as possible. All right, so the next question coming in from Dinesh. Dinesh says, sir, missed one of my test object queues question in queue. Okay, really? Let me just hover. Okay, just to inform you, Dinesh, you mentioned a message, very first message of the day, which you retracted. Okay, you deleted that message. The second was about contractual and regulatory acceptance. And after that, this is your next message that you missed one of my questions. So I don't have any other pending questions from you. Can you please drop it once again so that I can answer, because I don't have it on the chat log. You can also scroll up and see yourself. You don't have your question there. Your first chat was deleted by you, if you remember. Or maybe it had anything like no dot and space, which YouTube considers it as a hyperlink, and they delete that chat. So I'm not sure who deleted that, but it says message retracted. Okay, so please check if you have retracted it and repost your question, and I'll answer that. So team, it is a policy of YouTube that when you put a dot, you put a space and then start the next line. Because if you continue, it considered it as a domain. And just being, security analysis of any kind of hyperlink being clicked by people, which can activate a code, right? So right now, YouTube is doing a recording for me, right? These live sessions are getting recorded by YouTube, and they don't want to excuse any threat. So YouTube is right now on a very, vulnerable mode. So they block your silly mistakes also. So please make sure that you write it in a way which can be published. So always give space after a dot and then write your statements, or else YouTube will block it. I cannot see your statements here on the chat. And don't forget to drop a thumbs up if you think you're really happy with the service, what you're providing. You have been through tutorials and you liked it. We just want you to like this live session. We want you to spread the word, not about the channel, about this live session alone, that, hey, if your colleagues, your friends, your known ones are in QA and they have queries, but they don't know where to ask, this is the platform. Okay, this is the platform where they can come and ask their questions, And we don't request on any of our videos to subscribe our channel. Okay? It's completely your option whether you subscribe or not. We just help everyone who is coming to the channel. Trust me or not, I'll give you one statistics here. I have more than 70,000 users watching my channel today. But if you look at my subscriber count right below my channel name, you will see 18.8 or 18.9, right? It's just that because we never beg, okay, like other YouTubers, that please like, share, subscribe this channel, click on the bell icon, sort of thing. No, we are professionals. We are technical guys, right? All of us. And we don't do those silly business even if you come to a platform like YouTube, right? We don't literally force you or kind of beg in our each channel that please subscribe, please, please, please. No, it's your willingness. If you're happy to stay together, it's up to you. And we don't request you or we don't push you to make sure that you subscribe, right? It's up to you. So we have 70,000 plus users who are watching my content right now, and that the view confirms that. If you go to any of my foundation video, you'll see 200K views on it, but 200K subscribers are not there on my channel, right? So yes, so we do not request you to just be a kind of, having a criteria that in order to ask me a question here on this live session, you have to be a subscriber. No, you just have to be a aspirant seeking assistance on this live session. That's it. As far as you have that question, drop it on the chat and I won't look forward. In fact, I don't have any way to see if you are a subscriber or not. YouTube does not do that, right? So anyone is free to come here and ask their questions and get it clarified. So feel free to promote this live session to your friends, your colleagues, and let them know that if they have got any queries to talk about, they can very well join this live session every Saturday between 7 to 8 p.m. and ask me their questions. And I would be more than happy, without any differentiations, to answer your question, right? We got 15 minutes more from this live session team. Make most out of this opportunity when we are connecting together, because we just connect an hour in the week to listen to you, right? So live, like, direct interactions. So feel free to utilize this opportunity to the most and ask your questions if you got one. And we can answer anything related to testing, be it about the software testing concepts, be it about automation, be it about the tools, be it about your career path, be it about turning yourself from a non-IT domain to an QA domain. We would love to answer any of these questions. Also, we just don't limit ourselves only to answer your queries. If you think you got a suggestion, you got a recommendation, you got inputs to make this channel content more better, we welcome those suggestions as well and feedback. So if you got anything to share with us, you're free to do that right here on this live session where many of us are watching this. And I would like to also hear those recommendations and suggestions to improvise ourselves, right? With time to time, we also look forward to improvise ourselves and help you to cater best. So what is that you might be looking forward to? What is that you expect from this channel? Therefore, just keep letting us know about that as well through this live session. Okay, I'm waiting for the next one. If you got a question, do not hesitate. Let that be a very silly question as well. I've got many questions, even like people just hop into this live session and they say, hey, what is this channel all about? I just came into this live session, but I don't know what this is all about. And we have answered that question as well, right? Because you're just having a question and I have to answer. So feel free. Your questions are not stupid. Your questions are not silly. It's just a question, right? And I'm here to answer that. So do not feel any kind of hesitation to share your query, share your concern, and we'll look forward to that. All right, another one coming in from Mosam. Mosam says, sir, can you please share any guidance for Scrum certification? Yeah, I can do that because we all follow Scrum, being a QA as well. So Scrum certification guidance is a very wide thing what you have asked me. If you try to confine it, saying that, for example, you want to take up CSM or you want to take up Scrum Master certifications, then yes, that's the answer. So if you're talking about the guidance for the Scrum certifications, you should Okay, I just try to understand the question once again. Are you looking forward to tutorials on the Scrum certifications, or you just wanted to know what certifications you can take? Because I'll answer just both the things, okay? Number one, take up the certifications for the Scrum. You have CSM, PSM. All right. So generally, these are the two levels of Scrum Master, but not to really make you a Scrum Master, because the content pretty much covers that what you need to know when you work with Scrum, right? What is the whole life cycle of a Scrum methodology? What is a Scrum team? What is a kind of sprint planning, the ceremonies like sprint review, retrospectives, daily stand-ups? What does a development team comprises of? What are the different roles in the Scrum and responsibility of them, right? So it just covers everything when it comes to certifications like CSM. Similarly, an advanced level of that is PSM, where you go with more on the estimation, the project management, and sort of thing, right? So you can just go to Agile Alliance website. Okay, Agile Alliance. That's the body which certifies you on these certifications, and you can get through the syllabus and understand that, oh, yeah, these are the things which we are talking about in order to gain understanding of what is Scrum. So through this certification, you will finally obviously be getting certified on CSM. Plus, you will also learn about the whole process of Scrum, that what exactly Scrum is expected to be, right? The second thing, when you said, you said yes, both you want. The tutorials on the Scrum certifications, I think I'm currently just aligned to ISTQB certifications, and I'm not sure if someone can really create a video until unless they are a partner member of Star Alliance. Because, sorry, the Star Alliance, because I was traveling recently. So Agile Alliance, right? So they do not let you kind of publish the typical content online, so they may have a conflict. So I'm not sure. I need to check with them that if being a partner allows me to prepare the tutorials, then we can do it, or else we cannot do it. Okay, because they have certain restrictions. They only do it through their specific partners. The training, in fact, you want to take it in your organization, just somebody simply cannot do your training. You need the people from the Agile Alliance partnership to do the training for you, because that's some credibility. The code and etc. will be there. That where did you take the training from? So yeah, a lot of things. If that gets sorted, I can obviously create the tutorials for that as well. Pawan says, yeah, sorry, Mosam, if you got anything else, just let me know. Pawan says, after ISTQB Foundation level certification, what will be next steps, sir? Should I go for another certification? What is the current market solution situation, and accordingly, which certification is beneficial? Pawan, post foundation level, you have three different directions to go with. One, you can step in the agile certifications, or you can step into the specialized certifications, which are called as the automotive, mobile testing, performance testing. Yeah, right. So domain specific certifications are also there. It all depends. Okay, it all depends on what are you doing. Okay, agile is something common for everyone. So you can, after foundation, you can take up agile. That would be my first recommendation. The second recommendation is specialized certification. That depends on your industry and your work. If you are working with an industry where you're doing mobile application testing, go for mobile application tester. If you are a usability tester, go for usability testing. If you are an acceptance tester, go for acceptance testing. If you are a performance tester, go for performance. Automation tester, go for automation. Security tester, go for security. Okay, so all we have is the domain specific certification on the other side. And the middle path is another one where you take role specific certification. For example, if you say Pawan is having around 4 to 5 years of experience, soon after foundation, you can also take up the next certification as test analyst, which makes you more capable of being a lead in an organization, like test lead or team lead of QA. So, yes, so TA will teach you about that, like being a senior QA, being a QA lead, what basically is required, right? To cover all the aspects from that angle, and that would do the needful. So, agile, test analyst, or specialized certifications depends on you what you want to take up. So, all three gates are open after foundation. And you can find more details on istqb.org, which is official website of ISTQB. All right. So yeah, anything else, Pawan? Just let me know. Dinesh says, who can perform alpha testing? Generally, it is the client and their member who perform this. Okay, alpha testing. We don't do that. Okay, if you have been testing the system right from unit testing, integration, and etc., you do not perform acceptance as per the protocols. It's the business and their team of members will be doing the alpha testing in your premises, in your environment. Okay, in your environment, they will conduct the testing. Then the software, the product will go into the real environment, and some real users who are actual users of that system will be testing it and sharing the feedback. And that's what you call it as beta testing. Beta testing is done by the real end users, not by the business, not by the development team. Okay. Yeah, I think I just answered both the questions. So that's pretty much. Team, just to keep you informed, I do have my other channel where I talk about everything other than the ISTQB certification, and that's called as Testing in Nutshell. I do have another channel where I just talk about quick definitions, okay, about all the technical terminologies, and that channel is called as Technical Vocabulary. So I'm catering people on their need and their expectation from me, but I just wanted you to know that, because a lot of people doesn't know that if I'm doing anything beyond certifications also. So just to promote that work, that yes, if you're interested to learn more from my side, I do have more channels to help you. Technical testing in nutshell caters everything other than ISTQB, be it about Jira, be it about Agile, be it about testing tools like ALM, UFT, Load Runner. We have the playlist for that. Okay. And technical vocabulary is all about definitions. All about definitions. Sometimes we just wonder that what exactly is the definition of a particular term. So here you will find hardly 2 to 3 minutes of videos on each terminology, giving you the definitions of every single technical word. So look forward to these two channels also in order to learn better about other things from me. Right? Okay, Pawan says thank you. Mosam says thank you so much. It's really helpful. I have one more question. I'm planning to appear in ISTQB Foundation certification. So just wanted to know if the tutorials you provided is sufficient. Yes, pretty much. So you don't need anything else except the official copy of syllabus. I strongly recommend you to parallelly go through the official copy of syllabus, which you can find on istqb.org, and go through that as you go through the tutorials. But based on thousands of our participants, our audience, they confirmed their feedback says that the tutorial was more than enough to pass the examination. Okay, but being a professional, I suggest you parallelly go through the official syllabus of the certification of the foundation level as well, because you may certainly miss out things here and there. So the syllabus will cover you. It will be more of like double check on your learnings, right? So all the very best, Mosam. Do let me know anything if you have beyond. Chandran says, can you give me a short glimpse of RPA? Okay, RPA is another competitor in the market, which is giving you, testing feasibility on cloud platforms. Being unique of its kind, it is going more with the unique identification methods, which is comparatively doing better than any other tool, right? So we had challenges in our traditional tools like UFT, Selenium, to recognize some of the dynamic objects or do some of these specific operations which we found on the cloud platforms like ERP, SAP, or Salesforce sort of thing. So RPA was only created to overcome those barriers, right? So RPA caters you specifically on the cloud platforms, which have dynamic fields, dynamic data, and how to test such things, giving you the solution to test any kind of application today, be it SAP, be it Salesforce, or be it any other CRM software, and that would do the job. And just to tell you in a nutshell, of course, I cannot talk very detailed things right here. We need more time for that. but RPA is going to, just telling you one way that it's something which is at the advanced level of all other tools. And today, RPA is leading that. Okay, just not comparing with the open source and commercial sort of thing, but down the line, if you say me 3 years, what Selenium is today will be RPA tomorrow. So, yeah, this is all my self evaluation. Ankit, okay. Hi, sir. From where you can refer notes for ISTQB, will site notes will be sufficient to clear the exam? Yeah, I think from the videos you can make up pretty much your notes while you're listening to it, and you will have your own set of notes to recap, revise all your content, what you're learning on the website, right? On our portal. So yeah, even the slide deck, you will have my slide share page. If you just go to slide share, type my name, you'll find my slide decks. You can refer that, or while listening to the videos, you can create the notes, and that would be enough. You don't need anything else in order to prepare for your certification. Okay? All the very best, Ankit. And we have already hit the clock, team. And I think I'm really, really happy that we got a lot of questions today as well, because the whole intention of this live session is to make sure we answer as many questions as possible rather than me sitting idle for a long time, right? And thank you. We want to thank every single participant every time when we conduct a live session, because a live session is incomplete or unsuccessful without your participation. So thank you one and all who joined here, participated, asked your questions, and made this live session successful once again. So we look forward to have similar live sessions happening every Saturday between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and we look forward to your participations also every time we do this, right? So thank you so much for being here. As usual, we say at the end, thank you so much for being a part of this live session, team. That's all from this particular live session. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for being a part of this live session, team, and happy learning. Take care, stay safe. See you next Saturday. Bye bye.